What's happening, people? Population Nation here. Now, I made a video about Cocaine Bear last year, I think it was. Anyway, I mentioned a couple of times. I know one or two people, only a couple, but a sort of friend of a friend who I would consider him not a close friend, but a mate. We keep in touch, we talk, bump into him now and again. Not as much as I like to, but he was big into, wanting to learn. Did his media studies and art and all that business years ago. Um, he um, he actually had a very, very small job um, when the prequels were being made. He was actually there at Skywalker Ranch and um, met George Lucas. Big fan of George Lucas, more so than Star Wars. He was more, he's more into like the behind the scenes, the technical thing. Although he does like Star Wars, and since then, I mean that was quite a long time ago. He's um, he's worked on a lot of projects, some big, some small, and as what tends to happen, you get to meet people, and you meet someone who knows somebody, and um, the fact that he can speak something like 9 different languages, and uh, because of that, and I'm not sure what. Well, basically, he can travel between a few countries quite easy on his passport. I don't really think he's part of any union. Um, but his main speciality, as far as what I can tell, he started off assisting a camera man, and his main sort of expertise is, you know, uh, where should the cameras be placed? Um, because I don't know about this stuff myself. Do we want a wide shot or a close-in shot, and how like the scenery works and all that sort of technical stuff? That's a lot of what he does now. He sort of he. I suppose the person he learnt from, he's sort of taken over that role now, where he is asked to advise other people. He's met some famous people, a lot of actors over his time. Like I say, he's also done a lot of like adverts and stuff like that as well. He's travelled all over, and I mean, he's been doing it a long time now, and he absolutely loves what he does. I've got another friend as well who's been working in this industry for a while, and he sort of views it more as nowadays as like a job. Um, he's got some works for some agency, and um, goes sort of where he told. I'm not sure what his speciality is, but this other guy anyway, he was the one who actually mentioned about Cocaine Bear. He said that through a friend or whatever. He was over in America, and he knew some people that had worked on it. And he was over there because it had something to do with Prey anyway, the latest Predator movie, and he'd been out there, and through someone he was got talking to. Anyway, he got to see like a private screen in a cocaine bar, mentioned it to me, and he said, he enjoyed it. You don't know whether it was, the company of the night and the atmosphere or the drinks, or whatever, but he thoroughly enjoyed it. Mentioned it to me. But he did actually say something like, knowing me, he said, you can see me sort of not like enjoying it, but not quite catching quite the humor, the American style humor of it anyway. But yeah, I watched it, and I knew when I watched that film, I knew that either it'd be a really big success or a moderately good success. But it seemed, especially talking to my friend, that in them circles, it would be, yeah, basically, um, I knew that there would be they'd definitely make another film taking elements of that film. Because don't forget, Cocaine Bear was very loosely based on a true story. And I just think the selling point was obviously a bear off its head, and doing crazy things. And us as humans that have either been under the influence naturally or unnaturally, sort of get the psyche of it, sort of thing. Anyway, but I knew that it wouldn't be long before um, something that'd bring out that sort of comedic spirit that out there, sort of that give a certain group of people a laugh anyway. And then I come across this, so wait boy, here we go. It's called Stray.
Hi there, big dogs. I'm trying to get home.
I know which way that is.
Oh, great.
Right up my ass, you little.
Oh, no, that can't be right.
This is Will Ferrell.
I'm lost.
You're a stray man. You can do anything you want.
This beer doesn't taste good, but I like how it's making me.
I'll just say this isn't actually the clip I originally saw. So this is actually me seeing this for the first time. But obviously, like I say, I've seen another sort of
feel.
This is Jamie Foxx.
I recently this couch. Best sex of my life. Wow. And she dirty too.
Oh, well, I can tell. Looks like she hasn't been washed in years.
I'll see you later, baby.
And straight off the bat, it's not like Beethoven the Second or whatever, where it's purely aimed at kids and family. This is aimed at obviously young adults and adults.
It was nice to meet you. I really should find my way back home.
Any places, landmarks you remember?
I remember the devil in the sky.
Look at that guy!
Burn in hell, mother son of a
Dumb smile, those pants.
Rip your off and make you
stupid
watch!
hat.
We're completely lost, and my little puppy paw pads are really hurting right now.
This could be a lot worse.
How could this get worse?
Hold on, buddy!
Holy
That is the craziest thing I have ever seen. And I'm Dennis Quaid, and Dennis Quaid has seen some.
I'm starving.
How many of these should we eat?
All of them?
Give me a second.
Whoa!
You look different.
You look different too.
How so? Is it my human hands?
Hold up.
Shit! The cops!
Oh, God, what do we do?
Calm down. I got this.
Hello, officer.
Though, and if you've been there, you've been there.
None of it.
haven't
Shut the up.
Strays in theaters August 18. Rated R.
Hi there, big dogs.
you? Yeah. There's something about it. It reminds me of. Do you know what it reminds me of? And a lot of people probably won't remember this. I mean, the Magic Roundabout when that used to be on. Because what I find with like cartoons and stuff now is they're made by adults, but the sort of these professionals that have to look into the psyche of what children would like and their sort of humor type stuff. Whereas back in the day, like in the 70s and early 80s and that, you tend to find the cartoons like they were made by adults and they had like that adult humor in it, sort of thing. Like, and when you were a child back then, you either sort of got it or you didn't. And I remember watching this episode of The Magic Roundabout because when I was at middle school, my cousin lived round the corner from me. So what I used to do is I'd leave my house and I'd walk round to my cousin's house because it was on the way to school, and it only school was not much further away. So we had about 5 minutes or so, and the Magic Roundabout used to be on, and we used to watch it and then leave to go to school. And there was one episode, and they go round the roundabout, and he enters his magical realm, like, and he's walking along, and there's these like mushrooms, and they're like they're shrinking, and then they're getting bigger, and then they're shrinking, and some are disappearing and reappearing in different places, and Armantu's there, and Zepedy and Dylan, and they go, "Oh, these mushrooms! What's happening?" And then Dylan or whoever it was says, "I know what it is. They're magic mushrooms." And I remember me and my cousin looking at each other, yeah, and I remember saying, "This was obviously made by adults with adult sense of humour thinking." And I was about, I don't know, 11 or 12 at the time, sort of thing. Hadn't really experimented with drugs then, but I knew about them and the effects and that through stuff. But if you'd watched that as like a 6 or 7 year old child, you just think nothing of it. Oh, what's happening here? Oh, magic mushrooms, it'd just be part of the thing, like. So, like I say, this is obviously, I mean, the swearing in it and that, it's R-rated. It's obviously aimed at adults. So, yeah, sometimes you just need to know, to have been there to understand it. And like I say, we've seen talking animals before in many shows. And I knew, like I say, after seeing Cocaine Bear, that it wouldn't be long before they'd use that sort of premise to make another movie, and this is obviously the one, and it actually looks quite enjoyable, and it's actually out quite soon, so I actually think if it's on the cinema near me, I actually think I'm going to go and watch this. I think it'll actually be quite a laugh. Yeah. Um. Yeah. Thanks for listening, people. Please subscribe. Make my day. Like the video. Leave a comment. What do you think? And have a good day.